I'm Dorangela Bobet, founder of Two Prince Bakery Theater. Today I will be showing you how to cook gluten-free bread. To cook gluten-free bread, you're going to need either a boxed bread mix that's gluten-free, or you can make your own recipe. You will need, for this particular recipe, you will need 4 eggs, which is going to be 3 egg whites and 1 whole egg. You will need a 1/4 cup of oil. I prefer to use olive oil. And you will need 1 cup of warm water to dissolve the yeast into. We're going to dissolve the yeast packet into the 1 cup of warm water. And one thing that's very important is to get your water warm but not hot, because if you get the water hot, it actually kills the yeast and then your dough will not rise. So very important, water needs to be warm and not hot. A good rule of measure is that the water is a temperature like you would feed a baby food, is what a lot of people say. Now we're ready to add all our wet ingredients into our mixer. One thing I would recommend is if you're going to be making gluten-free bread and not using a bread machine, a bread cooking machine, I would definitely recommend to use a very professional grade mixer, because if you mix it properly, it's going to make all the difference. You're not going to be able to achieve that just using a hand mixer. So if not, I would recommend you get a bread maker, but we're going to use a mixer today. So let's get our mixer going. The first thing we're going to add is our 1/4 cup of oil into the mixer. We're getting all our wet ingredients in first. For the eggs, this recipe calls for 3 egg whites and 1 whole egg, so we're going to have to divide the egg, which means we're going to reserve the egg whites like this and put the egg yolks up to the side. 3 eggs. It is all going to depend on what recipe you're going to be using, but this particular one calls for 3 egg whites. Separating it out. And then we have 1 whole egg. Whoops. There we go. Now we're going to incorporate that in. Getting it all in. Clean my hands. So let's get that going. We're going to get it nice and mixed in because you want to break up that egg yolk, so probably put it in about medium speed will be good. Now we're ready to add our dry ingredients, whether it's the packaged mix, bread mix, or your individual ingredients that have been sifted together. We're going to put that into the wet ingredients now. And now our yeast is ready to go into the wet ingredients. It's always good to scrape the side of the bowl to make sure everything is getting incorporated, so we're going to do that now. Go all the way around and underneath, because sometimes some of the flour mixture gets stuck down there, and if you don't do that, you're going to have clumps of flour all over your dough. And now we're going to put our dough mixture into this bread pan that has been seasoned. What we did is we took a paper towel and we just sprayed it down with some olive oil, and that'll help the bread not to stick to the pan. Make sure you smooth it out pretty nicely, because if not, you're going to have a lopsided loaf of bread. So now that we've let our gluten-free bread dough rise for approximately 3 hours, you want it to get nice and big in the loaf pan. We're going to take off the saran wrap. And now it's ready to go into our preheated 350-degree oven for about 60 to 70 minutes till golden brown. And there you have it. That is how you cook gluten-free bread.